Welcome back. The news in details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on Monday reviewed social, health and financial insurance services provided to the elderly people in Egypt, giving directives over easing institutional transactions required from this category of the society. During his meeting with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Social Solidarity Naveen Qabbaj, the President instructed to develop programs to ensure quality services provided for the elderly citizens and to ensure decent lives for them. The head of state also ordered to allocate £100 million from the Tahya Masr Fund in support of a new fund to be established to cater for the elderly. The General Commander of the Armed Forces, Minister of Defense and Military Production, General Mohammad Zaki, on Monday ratified an announcement on the acceptance of a new class of recruits for April 2024. The minister made these remarks as he addressed a press conference held by Director of the Recruitment and Mobilization Office, Major General Mohammad Subhi Mhanna, citing the detailed conditions for accepting the new personnel ahead of receiving them on Wednesday. The office director mentioned that the office provides all services to the new recruits inside Egypt or abroad via its official website, email address, and the office's voice information service through phone numbers, as well as its hotline. Speaker of the Arab Parliament, Adel Al-Soumi, called on Sudan's warring parties to stop bloodshed and avoid escalation. He noted that Sudan is passing through a critical phase when needs concerted Arab efforts for resuming the political path in the country, meeting the aspirations of its people. The Arab Parliament on Monday stressed the necessity of immediately halting bloodshed and escalation in Sudan. The Pan-Arab body's Speaker, Adel Al-Soumi, in a statement asserted that the legislature's backing for the Sudanese security and stability through political settlement to the current crisis in the African country. The statement echoed a Sudanese Foreign Ministry statement which again condemned fresh crimes committed by the anti-government militias, the Rapid Support Forces. In a troubling development in Sudan, the RSF militias, which have controlled Al Jazeera state since December 18th, imposed a condition on its villagers, calling on them to join their ranks in exchange of protection. Since invading the state, the RSF have deployed dozens of outposts in many towns, committing serious violations against civilians. The Sudanese ministry said these crimes should be confronted with a unified international position that force an unconditional ceasefire, a stop of hostilities and a troop withdrawal from cities and villages. The UN Security Council earlier this month voiced alarm at the growing violence in Sudan and the spread of fighting to areas previously considered a haven for those displaced by the conflict. Fighting erupted in mid-April between the Sudanese National Army, led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, and his turned deputy Mohammed Hamdan Daglo in a powered takeover conflict. By the end of November, at least 12,190 people had been killed. As the United Nations said, more than 7 million people have been internally displaced by the war, while another 1.5 million have fled into neighboring countries. Both sides have been accused of war crimes. Welcome back. In the economic news, during 2023, the Egyptian stock market achieved record financial gains and high levels of economic achievements, which haven't been witnessed for a long time. So this was illustrated statistically by the head of the Egyptian stock market, Ahmed Abdulrahman al-Sheikh, during his meeting with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli. The Egyptian stock market achieved record financial gains in 2023, reaching a level that hasn't been witnessed for a long time. In the last trading session in 2023 on Sunday, the Egyptian bourse finished its dealings with its capital closing at the level of 1,719 billion Egyptian pounds, to exceed the level of 961 billion pounds that it reached by the end of 2022, with an increase of 758 billion pounds of 79%. According to annual statistical reports, the main EGX 30 index made gains in 2023 by 70.5%. to close at 24,894.26 points. The EGX70 index of small and medium shares also achieved annual gains by 95.3% to close at 5,473.42 points. The gains also extended to reach the broader EGX100 index, adding gains of 90.9% in 2023 and closing at 7,880.35 points. On the other hand, the head of the Egyptian stock market, Ahmed Abdulrahman al-Sheikh, illustrated all financial and economic achievements of the stock market in 2023 during his meeting with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli on Sunday. El-Sheikh confirmed that the stock market succeeded in 2023 to create an appropriate atmosphere to attract local and foreign investments and encourage investors to benefit from all competitive incentives offered by the government. He added that after attracting a big amount of financial investments, whether directly or indirectly related to major projects and national economy, the stock market succeeded to share in the national GDP by 16.4%, which the EGX's highest level in years. This positive economic data points to real momentum for 2024. The Ministry of Oil and Petroleum announced on Monday that the Gulf of Suez Petroleum Company succeeded to put the first well of an oil field in the area of northern Safa in Suez Gulf as part of an oil production map starting from the beginning of the new year. This is in the framework of the Oil Ministry's strategy to increase the crude oil production and speed up developing the explored wells, in addition to the best usage of available opportunities. In a statement, the Oil Ministry said that the first stage of the production project from the new well aims to make the production reach 6,000 barrels daily by mid-January.